Hello, my name is Joe Johnson and I've been actively engaged in research into natural remedies for over 20 years. If you have dysmenorrhea, then you need to really listen because this crucial short video will directly affect you. The main symptoms, as you know, of dysmenorrhea is pain. It occurs in your lower abdomen during menstruation and may also be felt in your hips and your lower back and your thighs. And other symptoms can include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, lightheadedness, and even aching all over. So what I've discovered about stopping dysmenorrhea symptoms quickly, it's new, it's cutting edge, and it just might be the untapped resource that you've been looking for. Now, I'm going to show you how simple it is to quickly reduce the dysmenorrhea symptoms, and just as importantly, how to switch on and speed up your body's own natural healing mechanisms without the need for surgery or without risking your health to expensive, useless and even dangerous drugs. Now, Emma Williams, she's a health editor on several respected health sites. She's urged me to share with you details of an astonishing discovery that I've made about dysmenorrhea, and one that gets rid of the symptoms faster than you've ever thought possible. So, if you have dysmenorrhea, what is actually going on? So if you think of it like this, whether through wear and tear of the body or toxicity build-up of toxins or hormonal imbalances, you've got dysmenorrhea, pain and symptoms. And unless you find a way to stimulate your body's healing mechanisms without damaging your body's delicate chemical balance, then sooner or later you may end up in too much pain altogether and end up choosing surgery. And that's not your best option. So normally, if you get dysmenorrhea, your body's healing system will, albeit over a longer period of time, it will attempt to heal itself. But if you've been stressed or overworked or taken drugs, including the contraceptive pill, or painkillers or anti-inflammatories, then your body's natural healing mechanism becomes slightly weaker. And that's enough for the healing mechanism to be interrupted or even stopped altogether. Now, once your uterus becomes inflamed or prone to cramps, then you're experiencing dysmenorrhea symptoms and pain, and you may struggle to walk or even move for hours or even days. Now, some people with dysmenorrhea, if they're left untreated, they never really function properly again. And to make things even worse, if you use painkillers or anti-inflammatories to kill the pain, you'll have to swallow them, which means that the whole of your body's healing mechanism is now shocked and weakened even further. It's by the toxic impact of the powerful painkilling drugs. This is why painkillers and anti-inflammatories, they appear to work for an hour or a day or two, and then your dysmenorrhea problem, it comes back worse than ever before. And in case you are in any doubt about the danger of modern painkillers or anti-inflammatory drugs, and they're sometimes called non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. According to a recent report by eminent US doctors, and you can see the proof below, in the United States alone, the total number of deaths caused by conventional medicine, like painkillers and anti-inflammatories, is almost 800,000 men, women and children every year. That's 2,200 every day. So it's now evident that the medical system is the leading cause of death and injury in the United States. And that's the eminent doctors saying that, not me. So I was desperate to find a way of reducing or even stopping your dysmenorrhea pain, and at the same time stimulating your own body's healing mechanisms into healing itself as fast as possible without harming or damaging in any way your amazing, it's like a biochemical miracle. It's your immune system and the healing system. You've got to look after the immune system and the healing systems within your body. You see, I've seen so many people lose the quality of their life with dysmenorrhea, and then they lose their health. And it starts with simple conditions like dysmenorrhea. And even after expensive and painful surgery sometimes to remove the uterus. And it's so tragic, and it's often, very often, avoidable. And that was why I did my research. You see, women with dysmenorrhea have been around as long as women have been on the planet. Hundreds of thousands of years. And yet drug companies have been around about 100 years, and they don't want you to know what your ancestors knew about dysmenorrhea. So my first step in research is always to go back into history and see how our ancestors were treating it. And after a lot of reading, and I don't mean the usual herbalist research books, now whilst I can't reveal my sources, I've got secret access to some of the best books on the planet. Now, these books are kept hidden away by rich collectors or private collectors and private libraries. I mean, even drug companies have got some amazing herbal remedy books, and they keep them to themselves. Now, I also have access, and I read books by people, that modern science, it says it's just not worth looking at. People who've got no medical qualifications, but they've lived in Mother Nature all their life, in the wilds, learning and practicing the secrets of Mother Nature every single day. And these people have had herbal remedies passed down from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next, because these remedies, they work. And it was in one such research book that I found the clues to an ancient cure for dysmenorrhea. And it was in a ramshackle bookshop that lay just behind the harbour. It was in the south of France, the port of Antibes in the south of France. And the book was over 200 years old. Now, my French isn't any good, but fortunately, botanical books are written in Latin. And my Latin isn't any good either, but I recognise, it's enough to recognise the plant names. But I was puzzled. There were several interesting, there were lots of interesting remedies in that book, but there was one remedy that stood out. It was for painful and cramping uterus. But the plants I read about, I had never considered using for dysmenorrhea. Never. So I took note of the types of the plant used, where they were collected, where to get them, the ratio of mixture, the preparation, and anything else that I could think about that might help me make this remedy. Now, I had heard of these remedies before, and I've heard of the herbs before, and I've used them many times before, but I had no idea then that once mixed in the right combination, that they would stimulate such an incredible pain relieving effect, and then a healing effect directly on to your aching uterus. I knew that up till now that most natural remedies for dysmenorrhea are nothing more than a mild, relaxant creams, which, and that's it, they may help you feel better for a short period of time, but they don't address the pain levels, and they don't do anything to the healing mechanism at all. As I say, they sometimes help make you feel a bit better, but they don't work, and they're just not strong enough. Now, I expected my research to last 6 to 12 months, but I had a 100% proven remedy in 6 weeks. Now, I wanted to test it for longer, but my conscience just wouldn't let me, because every single woman with dysmenorrhea was saying they had amazing results, sometimes in just a few hours. So this remedy has been proven countless times now to quickly reduce dysmenorrhea pain, and it rapidly speeds up the healing time of your painful and aching uterus. So how do you use this remedy? You simply massage a few drops. It's a clear, very pleasant smelling, oily remedy. You massage it directly onto your aching tummy, the lower abdomen area, and it takes about 10 seconds. And you do that 3 times a day. Now finally, you put a few drops onto your soles of your feet at bedtime, and that's it. It's that easy. Now, your healing will then begin, because it's about the healing. Your pain levels will come down, and you'll no longer need the powerful and lousy pain-killing drugs that slaughter your already tired immune system. And the prospect of painful and expensive hysterectomy or whatever, that can go away. So, now I've made the remedy so that it's simple and easy and it's convenient to use. It's very concentrated, so it'll last you a long time, this. It's a pleasant smelling, it's an oily liquid, and it doesn't look like much, but this remedy, it packs a wallop. You'll suddenly feel your uterus getting better. Within a few hours of using it, you'll know your dysmenorrhea is improving. And soon you'll have much less pain, you'll have increased mobility, and you'll be saying goodbye to those painkillers for good. So, as I say, it's convenient and it's an easy to use remedy. It means you don't have to spend your time making expensive and time consuming doctor appointments or discussing your problems with strangers down the drugstore. It's just a small bottle of a thick, clear, rather pleasant smelling herbal liquid. Now it is a small bottle, it is concentrated, it'll easily fit in your pocket or it'll fit in your purse, and you can dab a few drops onto your tummy during your day. Okay? The choice is yours how you use the remedy, just take it with you. Take it with you and use it. Now I plan to launch the remedy called Dysmenorrhea Doctor with advertising and fancy packaging and sending it out through a small network of distributors. But I never got the chance because word quickly spread about the results that I was getting with the remedy, and patients were turning up without an appointment. Herbalists were coming here and literally demanding I make it for their patients, but I couldn't, you see, it wasn't so simple. See, I've tested a lot of different herbs, and the only organic herbs which consistently stopped the pain, the dysmenorrhea, they come from the Middle East. Now, in these war-torn and struggling times, can you imagine how hard it is to import a shipment from the Middle East? You know, to say my ingredient supply is in the lap of the gods, it's a massive understatement. Having said that, I did get enough ingredients for 3 batches. Now, I've made each of those batches by hand myself. I've measured the herbs, I've weighed them, I've mixed the ingredients myself, I've blended everything myself, and I've checked it. So don't worry about that. The Dysmenorrhea Doctor remedy that I make are of the highest quality. Now, I've handed over 2 of the batches to my trusted friend Emma Williams. So if you have dysmenorrhea, then I strongly suggest that you get this remedy. Call Dysmenorrhea Doctor before Emma's supplies run out, and before you inadvertently harm yourself with painkillers, or before you end up opting for surgery, because some people do. Now, I call using this remedy, this Dysmenorrhea Doctor, it's like an avalanche of healing, and I've said that for a very good reason. The way the drops of the remedy, it floods your lower abdomen with healing herbs. It's like experiencing an avalanche of pain relief around your uterus. And like I said earlier, this remedy, it does pack a wallop, but you'll feel yourself improving very quickly. And you'll know that your dysmenorrhea is going. But you've got to hurry. Because I only give this, like I said earlier, I only give this to my personal clients and fellow herbalists. I've never committed a single batch of this remedy to anyone else before. So Emma begged me not to let the other herbalists or the online stores know what we were up to till she had the stock. Well, now she's got it, and it's going faster than we both imagined. So if you mess around or you order late, you may miss out. And if you have dysmenorrhea pain, that would be a horrible mistake. So don't let that happen. So, use this remedy, and the result will be that you'll be free of the pain, you'll be able to move, have your mobility once more. So have a look at the testimonials and see how this remedy has helped women across the country get rid of their dysmenorrhea very quickly. So I do know that you might have a few understandable doubts, and that's fair enough, because after all, you don't know me and we don't know each other. So let me put your mind at rest so that you can experience this remedy for yourself, completely risk-free. You can try the Dysmenorrhea Doctor remedy risk-free for a full 90 days, and you don't risk a single penny trying the remedy for yourself. You've got a complete 90-day unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. But the clear and simple truth is this remedy, it's a breakthrough. There's nothing else like it. So I'm saying is if it doesn't quickly and easily reduce your dysmenorrhea and hopefully get rid of it completely, or if you're not completely satisfied in any other way at all, then I insist that you send the remedy back to Emma in any condition, and she'll personally make sure that you get a fast and full refund of every penny you paid for the remedy. There'll be no questions asked, there'll be no hassling you. And you can even keep all the bonus books as a thanks for trying the remedy. And you've got my word on that. Okay. So how much will this dysmenorrhea doctor remedy cost you? Well, I normally charge my clients $200 for an appointment here in my office, plus $170 for the remedy, because it's organic, it's handmade, and it works. But you don't have to have an appointment with me. You know, we're not using my office, we're not using my staff, we're not using all the different resources that we have here. So I've agreed with Emma to give you 50% discount on the dysmenorrhea doctor remedy. 50%. That means you can get this remedy for just $87 and $5 shipping. That means you're going to save over $280. Now, Emma's literally manhandled me into giving you an additional gift of a free set of bonus health ebooks. Now, they're valued at $127, but that's only to the first 100 women who get the dysmenorrhea doctor remedy. Now, you can see those books below. They're worth $127, which is more than the cost of the remedy. So it's an amazing offer for you. It's risk-free and you can't lose. Okay. Now, $87, it's less than the price of a course of dangerous painkillers. And it's less than the price of a visit to your doctor. And who knows what the price of painful surgery is, but you just don't want to go there. We want to get your uterus healthy and relaxed. So order your remedy right now. Whilst Emma's still got it on the stock, you're still on this page. So click on the link below. Now, Emma will look after you. And if you have any questions about dysmenorrhea or even the dysmenorrhea remedy, you can write to me at any time. So click on the link below and Emma will get your remedy in the post to you today. Remember, it's completely risk-free. All right, thank you very much. Bye for now.